Hello, everybody. Who is there? We already have 8 people. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Sorry if I was, I don't know, 1.5 minutes late, but well, here I am. Real reason why it took me a little long and why I delayed it from 3 to 3:30 is because I had a lot of crap on my workbench. Right now, I'm working on a science fair project, nothing siren related, so yeah, took up all my workbench space. So anyway, in this live stream, we already have some questions. Hello, EMC Man. Hello, Caden. Hello, ACA. Hello, Snowball Sirens. Hello, Brendan Kimmins. Great to see you guys all here. In this stream, I mean, you can probably already tell what I'm building here just from these parts, but we're building a Model 5, miniature 8-scale Model 5. We'll be putting it on the 3dengineer.net. Will be purchasable from that website. So yeah, this will be one of my new stock, part of my new stock of sirens that'll be coming out because, well, the old one's all sold except for, I think, the 912 Banshee, which I still have. This, if I'm not mistaken, if it hasn't sold yet, this siren is still available to buy on the 3dengineer.net. So you guys can order that now. It is $75 plus shipping. Oh yeah, and happy 4th of July. It is the 4th of July. I decided to go live now, not, later when I was blasting off fireworks. With any luck, I actually should be doing a 4th of July sound-off video with fireworks going off and everything. It'll be awesome. I figured I'd do the miniature 3T22 because, well, it's the only siren of mine that you can really hear from far, and it's patriotic. I'll also be able to run coded signals on it. So yeah, really hyped for that one. It should do a lot of signals. I'll see if the dampers on that still work or not. But anyway, with that said, hello, the Model 2T. Hello, Great Lakes Siren Productions. Yes, this guy's hilarious. And no, it's not Jesus, but it kind of has a similarity. Not supposed to be Jesus anyway. But yeah, I think he's supposed to be some famous singer, or he's supposed to resemble him or something. I forgot his name. But yeah, if somebody could correct me in the chat, I have no idea. So yeah, this stream should hopefully be a little quicker as opposed to like some of my other 2-hour, 2.5 hour, 3-hour streams because, well, this is a pretty simple siren, I mean, there's only 4 housing pieces, and quite frankly, they could have all been printed together with a lot of support, but yeah, 4 separate little housing pieces. But yeah, this will be civil defense yellow, as you can clearly see. This is, of course, the core. It will be 12 port single tone. I was going to do 8 port, but I'm already going to have an 8 port 3v8 going up for sale as well, along with this one. And it'd just be kind of redundant to have like 2 8-port sirens, so I figured I'd do a 12-port siren to go with it, because you gotta love higher pitched sirens. So it seems I don't have a whole lot of space, so I'm gonna have to move parts around. There you go. All right, and this prop is just I think it'd be funny if I'm right in front of the camera. All right, he's gonna go back there with my Santa Pez container. There are some weird things on my workbench. All right, now let's get started. I have some leftover resistors. I'll just put those there, have them ready. I'll definitely need more than that. Right now, and for my science fair project, I am using my miniature breadboard. It's occupied right now, so I'm going to have to use this big boy. Hopefully it still works, because this thing is probably around 6 years old. It's really old. Way back before I was a siren enthusiast. Yeah, all right, now... Okay, crap. Sorry, garbage is falling everywhere. I fix that. Bye. All right. Oh, I have washers everywhere. We get our motors, and I know it's not. I'm still praising these motors over the other cheap ones I got, because I mean the cheap ones I got were not only misstated, like their specs were wrong, but they came in a plastic bag, all banged up. And these come in individual baggies inside of a box. They even have the little motor holders, which I sometimes use. Yeah, these are a lot nicer. All right, now, let's see. There you go. Let's get started here. Oh yeah, USB cable. I probably should have gathered my materials in advance, but here I am. All right, guys, big question. favorite port ratio. What's your favorite port ratio? It can be any port ratio. I don't care if it's 15, 20 port. I don't care if it's 9, 12. What's your favorite port ratio? 9, 10, 12 is awesome. Personally, I love 8, 10, 12 because I did that with my 3T22 and Cyclone. 7, 9 port's awesome. 10, 12 is a classic. 10, 16, that's your decot. Yeah, totally. 10, 12 is awesome. I'm glad I got a 10, 12 port Siren because I just, if you guys saw my first YouTube video, it was the old 2T22, and I love 10, 12 Sirens, and here I am again with the 10, 12 Siren. So yeah, that's great. This won't even go on my breadboard. 914, that's a weird one. Well, 914 would just sound like 7, 9, but blown up a little bit. 8, 9, 12. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. All right. Now, I don't know. That was just a fun question to ask. All right. Yeah, 10, 12. Wow. 9, 10 is not going to sound good, pal. Somebody try. Okay. One of my subscribers who may be watching right now is going to make my Super Cyrix. They were going to mix together the 10-10 and 9-9 port singletone variants to make a 9-10 port variant. And, well, it's not going to sound very good. I think he's going to change it to 7-9 port. Can I make a Sterling Little Giant? Probably not. I mean, I'm sorry, but guys, how often do you see those things? They're not really that common. And I don't... If there's good information on them on the internet, like rotor size and stuff like that, I might make one, but it's more likely I'll keep sticking to Model M's. Oh, bye, Fizzy. I'll keep sticking to Model M's because that's like my favorite Sterling Siren. No, I am never going to make a Thunderbolt. I'm sorry, guys. I am tired. There are just too many Thunderbolts out there to compete with, like 3D printable models. If you compare something like my 3T22, it is literally the only 6-scale 3T22 out there. And, well, yeah, it's just, I have less competition, obviously. What's up, RC Cars and Planes? Good to see you here. All right. So, as always, that just pressed fit. Okay, so here's what I did different. I printed this on a different printer. I didn't print this on my Ender 3 V3 SE. I printed it on my slow and old Ender 3 V2, but I mean, it's got great quality. Good enough I'm going to sell it. So yeah, it's just a slow printer, but it's not that bad. And I don't know what happened here. Good old resin printed rotor here, but like, I don't even know what happened to the bottom there. It looks like I got glue and spewed it around everywhere, but I assure you I didn't. It just came off the printer like that. So okay, let's make sure that this A fits onto my shaft. Oh, here I dropped my stator. So let's make it fit on the, oh, easy. In fact, that slipped on so easy. I'm going to put some glue on that. Wow. Oh yeah. And I mean, look at that. That's like perfectly balanced. That's beautiful. I have to put a weight on it as well. Oh yeah. That's usually the first step. What am I doing? All right. So yeah, this will be a Model 5, not a Model 5T, just a 12-port Model 5. What you'd see out there in the field. Like, again, I would have done an 8-port Model 5 because I find those ones so cool. But like, I'm already selling 8-port Sentries, and it's kind of redundant. There's still an option. I'll sell some eventually, but more likely I'll make 912s and 12-port ones. Happy Independence Day, guys! All right, the glue's coming out. Is glue coming out of here? Oh yeah. I'm like, oh yeah. All right, let's put some glue on there. This thing has a lot of texture, so yeah. Again, guys, a 912 American Signal Corporation Gray Banshee 115 is still up for grabs on my website, which can be found at the3dengineer.net. I am just, yeah, it's surprised it hasn't sold yet. The SD10, the Banshee, or the 8-port Banshee, and an STH10, they all sold. Yes, sirens and alarms in Northern Illinois. What you have to do is honestly just glue these on. Like this one, I don't know. It's so loose. It also spins incredibly smooth. It's very loose on the shaft, so I'm definitely going to put definitely going to try to get some glue on there before I sell this. Otherwise, it might pop off in shipping. Yeah. You just saw a modified Darley Champion the other day. That's crazy. Modelo 5. Best chance for a cheap bench grinder. I'm trying to get one. Okay, so you can always go to Amazon. And if you don't care about it arriving quickly, I'd honestly go to like eBay or something. Oh, and I see them at Harbor Freight and stores like that. Yeah, they sell bench grinders there. It'd be fun to put some rotors on that. Make it like a bunch of different port ratios, like 914, like somebody brought up. Like, what the heck would that sound like? Make sure it's like 3,500 RPM, 3,500 RPM ish, because anything faster or slower than that's not going to sound good unless you're trying to go with one of those German sirens that run at a lower RPM. As well with the British sirens. We have a British siren enthusiast here, by the way, so welcome to the chat. But yeah, that's like, you gotta make sure you get the RPMs right and stuff. All right, there we go. Oh gosh, what's that hardware? What hardware? I'm sorry. All right, now. Oh, there you go. Ace hardware. Yeah, they have them there too, I'm sure. 4.8 sounds like a Century. Yeah, it's literally the same as 816, but stepped down. It's very cool. So yeah, obviously you guys know how these motors operate, and they're way quick, usually, unless you get super lucky. Like my Model 2, and 2T, and my Screamer S2, literally, I couldn't believe my luck. You wire the USB directly to the motor, and you'll every time get perfect pitch. It's actually incredible. I couldn't believe my luck on that one. So yeah, pretty neat, I would say. Oh, there we go. That's looking like a Model 5. Well, so I have a huge question, guys. I've been wondering this for a long time. Do C2 1/2 Model 5s, like the ones with 15-inch rotors, do they use the same 12-port rotors as 2T22s? Because they're both 15-inch rotors and they're 12-port. I'm pretty sure somebody, yes, the Model 2T approves. Somebody actually swapped the stator on a C2, and they were able to like fit the rotor on, like it fit perfectly. So it must be. So does that mean there could have been 8 12-port 2T22s? That would have been so cool. 8 horns on the bottom, 12 on top, or even 810 or something. But yeah. Oh, there we go. Now it's spinning. Yeah. So yeah, now it's looking like a core. Nice. I was thinking about printing the core in gray, but like, I don't know. I feel like I don't know what colors the cores are actually supposed to be, like from the factory. So I guess I just go with black. A lot of people print them in black. I've seen some of them be gray, but it seems like they're like restored or something. All right, now enough of me flailing my hands around. Why do I have this set to 30 volts? Yeah, here, I'm actually gonna, not use the power supply right now. Sorry, Santa. I'm not gonna use the power supply. I'm gonna use the USB cable. Let's plug it in. I'm gonna be careful with this. All right. I'm gonna record the Wayland. Oh my gosh, I said Wayland. Whelan. Yeah, that's awesome. Yes, 8-port Model 5s are so cool, okay? But I don't know. It's like you expect it to like be high pitched, and then you hear it, and it's like, oh, it sounds like a Century siren. Interesting. Okay, look, I need some wires. Whelan. Yeah, it's not Wayland. It's not Wellen either. It's Whelan. I mean, the majority of people say Whelan. I guess either or is correct. All right, I'll be right back. I gotta get some cables. Oh, and oh wait, hang on. Oh wait, what am I doing? I have some right here. Photo bombed right here. I'm just kidding. All right. Oh, there we go. All right. Well then. Okay, guys, we're gonna start a riot here with how to pronounce Whelan. I just sometimes, without even thinking, say Whalen. Okay, I used to pronounce it that way. Yeah, it's not correct technically. Anyway, we will get our resistor. And if you guys don't know what resistors are, that's okay, but they basically limit current, and it will make the motor run at a lower voltage, thus bringing down the RPM. It's a pretty simple fix. With like, it's pretty cool because you don't need one of those huge voltage regulators. Those take up a lot of annoying room. Of course, like Sirens, like my Cyclone and 3T22 need them because resistors can't step down the pitch without burning up. But these Sirens are so low current that they actually can work with them. So it's pretty neat. I will, oh wait, this is positive. Yeah, this is positive. Not that it matters because this is a bidirectional rotor, but I don't know. I always like to, it's always good practice to wire them the right way. All right. Now, hopefully I don't snap the brushes off my motor like I've done before, because I got to be really careful with these. You're supposed to solder a puny wire on here, and I'm putting these huge alligator clips, so it's not like preferred. Oh, hey, I got it. I am glad I got this. Check it out, guys. This silly little motor holder, actually, like, it's going to hold it in place. It's going to be really nice when I'm prototyping it. All right, there we go. Like, it kind of held itself in place, but oh yeah, I can already hear it. Oh yeah, and then the ports fully open and closed. That's probably the most important thing. I was worried they wouldn't fully close, but they do. Okay, you guys keep bringing up a Sterling Little Giant. Should I really make one? I don't know if I could sell those. Let me look. I kind of forgot what those looked like. Don't call me out on that. Sterling Little Giant. It's a vintage horizontal mechanical siren introduced by 1926 by the Sterling Siren Fire Alarm Company. Originally designed as a cheaper, compact alternative to the massive Model M, this dual-rotor machine produces a deep, powerful sound using a 1/2 or 1 horsepower motor. Wow, that thing is tiny. That's not much bigger than like a Model 2. It's basically a tiny Model M. That's pretty awesome, actually. I like how the stator casts have Sterling printed on them. Yeah, they're not very big. That's a tiny like motor. I think it's a Peerless motor, actually. I didn't know they made them that small. Yeah, I might make one of these, actually. It can be quarter scale, I believe. I think it can be quarter scale, and it would be a great, like, it would pair great with the existing Model 2 and Screamer S2. You'd be surprised how popular those stupid Screamer S2s are. They're, like, everywhere. No, I'm not selling the outdated Model 2. Those files are literally gone. I'm going to burn them. They're gone forever. The new files will completely replace them. See, I had actually taken product photos of the original Model 2, and I was like, oh, wow, this isn't very realistic. So once I get to printing one, I will, yes, the files are released. You can print them on my Tinkercad page. Oh, yeah, by the way, this is ready to go, by the way. Once the files are released, oh my gosh, once I print a new one, like with the updated files, I'll take new product photos and start selling them. But that time is unfortunately not now. A Type B. Gosh, how big are Type Bs? I feel like it's kind of not much bigger than a Sterling Little Giant. Actually, no. So the Type B is like Federal's take on the Model M, so it's probably going to be like, not much louder than that. All right, now I will blast this. Of course, I have to face the rotor up because it's proper. This is the way it's going to be oriented. Final product-wise, this is how it's going to be oriented. So Yeah. Which gen would I make? Oh gosh, I don't know. I didn't even know they came in different generations. I know very little about the Little Giant. Okay, I didn't even know it was that small until I looked up a photo of it. I'm so sorry, EMC man. Is that the old or new files? Because if it's the old one, no wonder. Newer Type Bs, like third gens, have 15-inch rotors. That's interesting. According to an ad. Okay, that's a trustworthy source. Yeah, you know, that 1014, not 1014, that 1015 port Type B that's actually it's in Oklahoma. It's not very far from me. That thing sounds incredible. It's like, sounds exactly like a 4DV2T. What am I doing? Let me turn this thing on. I don't think this will be anywhere near accurately pitched, but let's just do it. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's add about 20 more. No, I'm just kidding. That was not it. All right. That 11.7 port. Oh, that's such a weird. Like, what? Can somebody print all these weird port ratios and so we know what they actually sound like? All right. 1011 port is just strange, okay? There are some British sirens that I actually think are 1011 port, or they claim to be 1011. They sound scary, man. They sound weird. It's not like 1012 where it's like it's kind of like a good harmony. It makes a very poor harmony. It has like the same fate as like no, there are 1012. I knew it. Somebody said that there were 1011 port British sirens, like the what are they called? Like, you know, the castle casting ones or something. But like, yeah, I don't know. I don't understand. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. 1012. Yeah, they're 1012 because I mean the 3T22 or 2T22 that was actually inspired by British sirens. So it's kind of interesting. If only there were half ports, but that's not geometrically possible. Like a 9.5 port siren. That just like what? Yeah, anyway. All right. Oh, why aren't we getting power? Question of the day. Why are we not getting power? Seems like a fart I always deal with when I'm doing this. Okay, so that runs it. It's probably because I miswired something. No, okay. Oh, there's glue in my breadboard. I told you this thing is old. Oh, that's what okay. This breadboard is so old that there's stuff in it that's stopping the electricity from flowing through. Let's do that again, except wired better. That is very close. More like a 13 port siren. It's like, it sounds like a 2001. Wait. Let me do that again. That was cool. All right. All right, CNY, what Screamer's my Mini based on? It is based on the Screamer S2. The reason why I didn't go with something like an S10 is because I didn't want to model a Screamer in 8th scale for whatever reason. There's a big reason, but I forgot. Yeah. Like, anyway, I went with the S2 so I can make it quarter scale and it could rival the Model 2, which was at the time my only quarter scale siren that I was selling. So yeah, let's add the intake on this. Let's see if it's a little higher pitched. It sounds like a thunder beam because the pitch is just slightly lower than 12 port pitch, and because of the gear reducer, I think slows it down a little bit. Yeah, it sounds like an RSH 10. No plans on making no. I'm so sorry. No rotating sirens. Not no rotating sirens, but no rotating ACA sirens, because they love those chopper motor to rotators, and I don't. It's like hard to recreate a gear reducer setup in 8th scale, and if I made it bigger, well, it wouldn't match my other sirens very well. So yeah, unfortunately, no alerter, no P10 or anything like that. There's too many variants of like the alerter too. It's like crazy. Howlers were like highly unsuccessful. So yeah, no. If they were more popular, maybe. Why did I? Never mind. All right, I'm gonna change this to 3.3. PN20, no rotating sirens like that. Yes, their belt system was unreliable. I don't think a mini of that would be reliable either. Sad fate for those. All right, let's try this. We have a 1 ohm, a 2.2, or actually two 2.2s, and a 3.3. Let's see if this... Oh, wait. Doesn't make the pitch even lower. I need it to be higher. Let's just hear it anyway. Okay. Sounding like a dying 10-port siren or something. Okay, now... Oh, wow. That's putting a lot of strain on this resistor because it's higher resistance and it has more load. Okay. Actually, I think another 1 ohm with this. Here, let's hear what this sounds like. This is quite simple here, this combination. Ouch. Okay, so now it's a 2001. Check it out. Yeah, no. Okay. No, I was just having fun there. No, if we had a 1 ohm resistor, that would actually I think it would be perfect. Just like 2001 is like what a 13-port siren would sound like if they had those. No 500 SH. Again, with those, that's when Federal was trying to dupe ACA's chopper motor to rotators, and well, they got the same idea, and that's pretty much how that siren was born. Yeah, no, I couldn't. You got to think about it. You got to think about how hard those stupid chopper motor things are. I'm not making one. Sorry. All right. Now, I added the 1 ohm resistor like I said I would. You can't even see what I'm doing here. Well, basically, we have some resistors, and it's going to reduce the voltage and make this thing sound better. What are you talking about? It's not a Model 5 rotor and stator. The 500 SH, I mean, yeah, no, there's so much more to it than that. All right. Yeah. Okay. So, if I put the intake on, and since it's going to be USB powered, the pitch could vary. Here we go. Yep. No, it doesn't sound like a 2001. I mean, it kind of does. Guys, that has perfect pitch. Okay, I'm happy with that combination. I gotta move on. Let's like actually build this thing now and not goof around. All right. So here's a resistor combination. So now I will start soldering here. All right. Now I will do this. Pulse machinery. What are y'all talking about? All right. Now oh, wait, this is USB. All right. How strange. Coded Model 5. Oh, that'd be cool. Cowtown Sirens. Okay, do I plan on selling and making rotating sirens like P10s or Thunderbolts? No to both of those models because, as I said before, P10s have those wacky chopper motor to rotators that I hate. It's going to be extremely hard to recreate that at like a small scale. It's also going to be extremely hard to sell them without something breaking during shipping. Same with the Thunderbolt, okay? So now I might get to selling other sirens like that rotate in the future. Like I do have high hopes for like the Super Cyrix. I smell something burning. Is it this? Oh yeah, I think I have some plastic on my soldering iron. But yeah. Anyway, those. Sorry guys, no ACA siren, no rotating ACA sirens. Oh yes, not P50s, even though those don't have a chopper motor to rotator. Oh, they're just like, no, P50s are too big. Even an 8 scale P50 would be way too big to sell. So, anyway, I got to start thinking that sirens I make now should be able to be sold, you know? So, yeah, that's why I'm doing that. Yeah, I am definitely selling the Cyclones. Those are simple enough I can, sell them. Like Likey Dawn. He sells Cyclones. Of course, his are a lot bigger, but mine are just at a smaller scale. So, yeah. Are you putting that for sale? Yes. David, I am putting this siren will be on my website. Currently, I have one model left in stock from my initial release of sirens. That is this 912 port 8 American Signal Corporation Gray Banshee, /OM117. Pretty cool. This thing is still up for grabs, still up for sale, if I'm not mistaken, unless it's sold by now. But I've been surprised how long it's been sticking around, actually. Anyhow, but yeah, I hope that answers your question there. Put a bucket around a cycle. Not quite, pal. Nah, I'm not going to make a 120. 120s were really unsuccessful compared to the 125, and I already have a 125. Making both is kind of redundant. All right, now, the fun part, like wiring it all up. Let me unplug this thing so I don't fry anything. Yeah, there you go. Now, I do have quite a lot of room in this motor cover, so I should be able to stuff all these. The weirdest thing is happening right now. My soldering iron, like, not this part, like the actual, like, the brains of it or whatever, the part where I control it is clicking, and it's never made a sound before. Yeah, I think it was because, okay, guys, I'm actually building a Tesla coil right now. It's for a local science fair, and I think it might have fried my soldering iron. Yeah. Anyway, I hope that's not at the end of its life. That would be sad. But yeah, it's clicking. I don't know why it's clicking. It's making a ticking sound, and there's not even any moving parts in there, so I don't even know why it's doing that. Very confusing. 4th of July curse. Nice. David, that would be awesome. I would love to build some for you. I mean, this one could be yours too. I'd provide measurements for a 15-inch Federal Code Type 5. Nice. 15-inch. So wait, Were there 18-inch Federal Code Type 5s? I don't think there were. Maybe there were. I mean, it would make sense because the C3 Model 5s. Yeah, there are. All right, there you go. Yeah, Federal Codes are cool, but again, not too different from Federals. And I don't know. I made Federal Code. I decided to go with a Federal Model 5 and not a Federal Code Model 5 because, you know, it pairs well with my other Federal Sirens, I guess. And that's the real reason. Make a coded one. Maybe. I'm clueless about the kinds of, like, damper, like, yeah, like, do they use dampers or do they use those gear-driven ones? And I think there's one that used a solenoid that, like, slapped a door down or something. No, there's one that used a motor on a gear and it, like, slammed the door shut. It was so cool. Like, I am clueless as to how those work. But, yeah, it would be cool to make one. Thanks, David. Happy 4th of July to you as well. Dude. When it gets to those C3s, C2s, and C1s, and the Federal Codes, oh, and the GCS Model 5s, like, oh, it gets so confusing. So, I don't know. When I was building this, I went with the most common Model 5 you'd find out there. That is the C3 Model 5s. So, yeah. But, oh, dual rotor Federal Codes are so cool. I was actually considering making one of those after I saw the 912 port one at SirenCon. Yeah. I wasn't there at SirenCon. Hey, maybe next year. The C3 is the C3 1/2 Model 5s, the one with 15-inch rotors, the largest of the Model 5s. Why isn't this melting? Oh, there you go. It is always fun to build these. Of course, when it does something stupid, I mean, it's not fun, but we're good now. And no, this is not a health hazard. Well, potentially it could be, but I'm in a well-ventilated room with a fan and air conditioner running, so I'm not going to get choked up in here with smoke. All right. Yeah. By the way, thank you so much, the Model 2T, for sending me those photos of the Model 2, of your Model 2. Like, that helped me so much to revamp the old Model 2 files. So, yeah, I'm really happy with how those turned out. And I even got some measurements from NASCAR Sim Racing's Model 2. His was half scale, so, you know, I shrunk it down to quarter scale and compared the files. And, yeah, they're more or less identical. So, real measurements redone on that. It'd be cool if I could get real measurements on, like, I don't know, an ACA Screamer S2. If anybody has one of those and can give me measurements for one, that'd be awesome. But I don't think that's happening. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, there's always, like, measurements and stuff I'd love to have, you know? All right, what? Photos of what? Photos of a, gosh, a Screamer S2 would be cool. Or measurements of it. I know they got 12-inch rotors. That's, like, all I knew. That's all I know. The rest of it, I just guessed. I basically scaled it from the rotor up. But, yeah. Yeah. Sorry, David. Speaker siren, no. Hi, car guy. No problem. All right. I have shrunk down my resistor. Look at how tiny that is. I love that. It's just like one component now. Okay. Now, like, where's... Oh, yeah. I need heat shrink. So, yeah, aside from being a siren enthusiast, I try to call myself an electrical engineer because, well, I've been electrical engineering since I was 6 years old. And, yeah, just really, I've picked up a lot of knowledge along the way. It's fun. It's fun. That's why I'm building a Tesla coil right now for my science fair. Interesting. Check this out. I can put this huge sleeve of heat shrink around my resistors and it should protect them from hitting the body of the motor. If it does that, it's going to short it out and run the siren at full awful pitch. And I don't want that, so. All right. Now, I hope this works how I, like, envision it to. Dude, there was an STH-10 that was auctioned for only $200. That is awesome. Oh, and Tennessee Siren Productions, you were not very late. We were just 40 minutes into the stream. I'm just getting to wiring this thing. I've already found perfect pitch combination of resistors, and yeah. Ugh. All right, let's turn this thing on. Yeah, there you go. Oh, there goes my glue gun. Okay. Oh, I didn't know that. 500 SH means single horn. That makes sense. What the? Okay. Ow. I burned myself. Shrinking in the weirdest way. Oh, there you go. There you go. Oh, that's so satisfying. Ha ha. Bye, David. Fun having you here. Have a good 4th of July. Yeah, I won't be blasting anything off until, like, I don't know, 8 p.m. this evening. Can you give me any advice for 3D printed sirens? Maybe. Use any motor you want. I use DC motors, but a lot of people have had their luck with Samsung motors. I'd recommend, if you're making a bigger siren, go with an AC motor or one of those huge DC motors. If you're making a small siren like me, DC motors are a good option. I don't think they make AC motors this small, really. That would be cool. Yeah. All right, so I get this little guy, and I mean, look at that. My resistors, like, look at how compact that is. That's going to fit beautifully in this sleeve of the motor. Oh, you can't see. It's going to fit beautifully in the sleeve of the motor there. So, yeah, pretty awesome. I think before we get anything else in there, we should probably cram the USB cable in there first. Ooh. Oh boy. All right, so I didn't mess up the modeling on the siren, but I did make it so this hole here is like really small. So I have to strip away a part of my USB cable for it to fit in there. I should have made it bigger. Anyway, that's okay. I could also stretch out the hole, but I don't want to ruin the plastic. But yeah, we are getting there. Oh yeah, the housing. Shoot, do I have that? I just realized, okay, the Model 5, I put screens on here. I literally put window mesh on here. I had a roll of window mesh in my room for like years, and I don't know where it went. I hope it's still in here. If not, I'm going to have to go see what I have in my garage, and I'll be AFK, so let's hope that doesn't happen. All right. Right. Oh, come on. There you go. We're going in. Yeah, I could probably strip a little more. All right. Soundmaster 115 with a 390 motor. Yeah, maybe. I'm not the only one who uses 390 motors. I forgot his name, but the one with the DC powered rotating, what, P15 or P10 or one of those two. Yeah, he's awesome. He also, he recently made an STH-10 in quarter scale. No, I'm so sorry, SpongeBob. I really only make American sirens. I know very little about sirens from other countries, and it'd be weird to sell foreign sirens on my American website, so yeah. Yeah, car guy, my 4.5 port Model 2T well, it's broken now, but before then uses a 130 as well, and it runs at the perfect pitch. Ooh, we got a notification from Max Velocity. Tornado warning in Illinois and Minnesota. Sorry, I'm subscribed to him. Yeah. All right, now. This is taking forever. So it's time to plug in this glue gun now. And there it goes. Oh wait, no, something else fell. All right. We're okay. But again, I hope sorry, Velocity. I hope I have that window mesh in here. I did not think about that. Whatever. All right. Right now. All right. I hope I have enough room here. Oh wait, where are my tweezers? Oh, here are tweezers. All right, get these out of here. I hope I don't have to strip more wire. But I will if I have to. All right, now I have had one song stuck in my head all day. I will give you a hint. It is a Michael Jackson song. Can you guys guess it? There you go. No, not Beat It. That's a great one, though. Not Smooth Criminal, no. Another beautiful piece of art, but no. All right, I'll tell you soon. All right. No, not Billie Jean. That's another great one. It's one of those catchy ones. No, not bad. No, great song, but no. All right. No, not Thriller. That is another classic, but no. I mean, that was stuck in my head the other day, but we won't talk about that. All right, I'll tell you. It's Man in the Mirror. I love that song. Right. You guys guessed every other song. No, I was just kidding. That was funny. Yeah. All right. Now, I might have to strip more wire. That's going to suck. Oh, man. No, at least I didn't glue that. Let me make this quick because this might be boring. All right. Have you seen people make a working siren out of Lego? Wow. Yeah, I've seen somebody. They made a 4-port siren out of Lego, and it actually worked. It was really. It sounded horrible, but it worked. So yes, it is possible. Hard to do though, because Legos are square most of the time. I've made several Sentry sirens, if that answers your question. No, I'm not going to make a Screamer 105. However, I do have an S2 currently. Now, guys, I didn't just make a Sentry. I made the 3V8, the 7V8, the 10V, the 10V2T, the 15V2T, the 16V1T. Okay, and with those models, you can make single phase 15V2Ts and 10V2Ts. Yeah, I pretty much made all of them. I've made the 14V as well, not the 14VB necessarily. I really don't like 14VBs because they run at lower pitch than the 14V, regular 14Vs. I really hate that, honestly. Bothers me genuinely because it sounds like an 8-port siren when it's 10-port, which means it's probably a lot quieter than it should be. So, yeah. But yes, I have the 14V. Oh, and I also have the 40V2T. Yes, I've made a lot of Sentry sirens. I actually can't really think of a model I haven't made, except for maybe the 20V2T, which is the same thing as the 15V2T, except with a beefier motor. Ollie, I have models on my Tinkercad page. Of course, they're pretty small sirens, but if you're looking into making small sirens, you can print those. They're 100% free with a Tinkercad account. And they're the same models I am currently selling on my website, which I hope doesn't become a problem later on. All right. Come on. Right. I have no... Oh, gosh, I don't know. Depends on what bench grinder you have. I'd recommend designing it yourself if you can. Which 3D printer do I use? I actually use 3. For my main printer, you know, I printed all these housing pieces and whatnot. It's an Ender 3 V3 SE. That printer came out like 2 years ago or something. It's pretty new. I also use my Ender 3 V2. It's a lot slower, but it does get the job done. This was printed on it. And then I have my Elegoo Saturn 3 Ultra to resin print my rotors. So yeah, that's 3 printers. And quite frankly, I don't have the room for 3 printers in my house. Or I do, but I don't have like the workbench space or whatever. So one of them's sitting on the floor. It's very funny. All right. What's going on here? Man. All right. Yes, I have a resin printer. I use it to MSLA print these rotors, which have amazing dimensional accuracy. There are virtually no layer lines and have... I mean, I've never had a resin printed rotor that has not been centered. Look at that. Like, it literally doesn't wiggle at all. So yes, I would highly recommend a resin printer to somebody who, you know, wants to print really intricate rotors. You have to like be ready to, you know, clean up a huge mess. Okay, resin printers are not clean. So yeah, but there are some minor costs. But I mean, most of the time, the result is worth it. No, modern Model 2s don't have different cores or rotors or whatever. I haven't made a 508. I have actually tried to make a 508, but, well, I think I pushed Tinkercad to its absolute limits, and I could not model the horn for it. No, I'm not going to make a diaphone. Diaphones aren't really sirens. Come on. What have I done? Well, you can't even see that. Look. It looks ugly. I can't. I am just not having a good time here with this cable. Come on. All right. Dude, Sterling 2v8, I am actually considering. Let me tell you why. It's Sterling's take on Federal's Model 2. It will compete perfectly with the Model 2. It'll compete with the Screamer S2. Yes, it's... My gosh. I am, like, actually considering making one of those. You can buy an STH-10 from my website as soon as one comes in stock. RPB. I actually just sold one a few days ago to a friend of mine. He lives in Oregon, and he got it, and it works perfectly. So, yeah, I'm really happy for him. Nah, I don't know where you can get a real one. Check Gov Deals and eBay, and I haven't had any luck personally, but I'm trying. You know, my first 3D printed siren sucked too. You know what? It's completely gone now, but yeah. Yes, check local towns. There are dead banshees near me. Yeah, GovDeals is honestly a horrible site. The only reason I went to GovDeals is because there was a Thunderbeam near me that was actually going to go up for auction because it got removed. The fire chief said that it would go up on GovDeals, and well, from my understanding, it either never did or it went up for sale on GovDeals so quickly. Yeah. Probably gone. I don't know. Maybe somebody scored yeah. Maybe somebody scored a Thunderbeam. Maybe not. Anyway. This is so strange. Why would this fit? There you go. That's the kind of stripping I want. Dang it. No. Sending bits of wire everywhere. Yeah, this is probably not all that entertaining, huh? And here we are at 20 people watching. Thank you guys so much. All right. Well, let's make this stream more exciting. One thing I can do is probably make this hole bigger. Your town is a broken STL-10? You should absolutely get that. That would be so cool. Like, yeah. RPB, where do you live? That's like... Closest active siren is almost an hour away. So I'm guessing you don't live anywhere near a fire station or anywhere near Tornado Alley. Sorry, man. Florida, that's okay. Well, definitely not in Tornado Alley, and I guess they don't have fire stations in Florida. There we go. My cable's in. Here, I kind of messed up the plastic around it, don't me? Yeah, Florida used to have a bunch of cyclones. I live down the road. I live on the road with an ACA Cyclone 125. That's awesome. There you go. Just cleaning up the plastic because I screwed it up. Yikes. Oh, wow. Severe thunderstorm warning for Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, Florida had some hurricanes. I don't even know what they'd use them for down there. Maybe hurricanes. That'd be cool. Yeah. I'm sorry, RPV. Oh, good. This is heated up. I'm like, I was going to say, like, do you live in Alaska or something? Like, even Alaska has sirens. I think they use them for, like, probably winter storms and stuff. ACA hurricanes in Florida that warn of hurricanes. I love that. It's so cool. Yeah, seriously. A weak tropical storm would delete the blower. It's unfortunate what happened to all the hurricanes. And, you know, just how Federal scored with the Thunderbolt. All right. Sorry that took so freaking long. I'm going to... Yeah. I live down the road from an SD10. I mean, it's inactive, unfortunately, but it's still an SD10. And I can verify they're big. Oh, and I also live right next to a Banshee, or actually 2 Banshees. And what's interesting, here's what I did. Here's how I can tell that the Banshee and the SD10 have the same size rotor. And it's because they literally, like, I've seen them both in person, and they're very similar in size. So yeah, it's pretty cool to like get some actual verification by like seeing one in person. Wheeling Vortex, yeah. I've full disclosure, I don't think I've ever seen an STH-10 before, like a real one. I've seen a Model 5, but I have not seen an STH-10. I've seen a Thunderbolt as well, 1000. Not a 1000T, I don't think. It's the one in my town. It would make sense that it would be single tone and not dual tone. But it is in front of a school, so maybe it warned of nuclear attacks in the 1960s. Wow, that's it. We're done with wiring. That was quick. Quick is right, but how about easy? Well, let's do that next. Wow, I'm doing this again every time. I'm doing this the same way like every time. It's really easy to wire that up. So yeah, look at that. We got a motor. All right, let me plug it in, make sure it's working. It's a work. Okay. Turn off. What percent? Oh, crap. My GoPro is at 10%. That's not good. And I'm using my GoPro as my webcam. That might not be good, people. I might have to switch to my cruddy camera. Oh, why is it dying? It's plugged in. Oh, okay. So when this dies, then what? Like, is it going to redirect it to my screen in front of me? I have no idea. Let's best hope not. Okay. Hey, look at that. Nice. Friction weld. I didn't even know that was possible. All right, we have a Model 5 core. Move that garbage out of the way. Check it out, guys. Model 5 core. Just give it a blast and make sure everything's in good working order. Yeah, I bet the microphone was having a fun time there. That was extremely loud. That's pretty good. I mean, like, it sounds like a 2001, but hey, it's a 12-port siren. If I had any complaints, it would be that it's a tiny, tiny, tiny bit overpitched. Let me try a different USB adapter. Ringo. So when I run it off the 5-volt 1-amp adapter, it sounds like a 2001. If I run it off of my built-in USB adapter, like it's built into my workbench, it has like 100% perfect pitch. So yes, it does sound like a 2001, but guess what? Both of those are 12-port, and actually, well, not this one because this is an 18-inch rotor, but the C3, or sorry, the C2, literally, the 12-port C2 is literally the same rotor used on the 2001. So yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much perfect. I'm happy with that resistor combination. The pitch will vary a little bit, so it's not always going to be 100% accurate unless you, of course, fine tune it by finding a USB adapter that likes to run it at a nice pitch. So yeah, that's good. An active C3 that's supposedly coded. That's awesome. For a short time, actually, Federal Model 5s were had the option of being coded, I believe. Federal codes, of course, were a little more popular being coded because, well, Federal code. Just kidding. Good luck, poor man. I live close to a 1000T. I live close to a 1000, but it's dead. Yeah. I also literally live down the road from an SD10 that's also dead. And you know what? I would love to obtain that, but it's pretty freaking huge, and I don't know if it's single or three-phase, so probably three-phase. But if it was single-phase, I could run it off the house power. Happy 4th, by the way. Keep forgetting about that. Yes, it is today. And I did not mention this yet, but I should be doing a sound-off video tonight. I'll be bringing out the mini Cambria 3T22 in memory of Cambria. By the way, they took down their 3T22 finally. Very unfortunate. It got replaced by an Equinox, supposedly, which is, if you ask me, a pretty decent replacement, but it is still sad to see such a beautiful siren go. But yeah, the motor in that one was dying for, I think, a few years or something. Yeah, it finally died, so they took it down. You live near a P50. Nice. Okay, let's do that. I probably shouldn't have added that much glue to the top. Hi, I'm making a 2T22. Does it happen to be my model? Because I have a 6-scale 2T22. If it's not, I won't be mad at you. All right. Yes, there are so many 2001s at West Shore Services. Like, so many. It's crazy. All right. Okay. Yeah, it's a 2001 graveyard. They have so many 2001s there. It's kind of interesting. I don't know why exactly. I'm sure there's a backstory, a traumatic backstory as to how those ended up there. 2001s are really cool, but bland. Interesting. I don't know what to say about 2001s except that, I mean, I think it's cool how they reuse parts from the classic Sirens, like the Thunderbolt and the C2 Model 5, but, you know, they are modern, and they are what they are, but at least they're electromechanical. We ain't going to be talking about those stupid ATIs that, like, just, yeah, they just aren't good replacements. Like, an STL-10 got, like, replaced by an ATI somewhere. Horrible replacement, if you ask me. And, like, the ATI sounds nothing, like, it's not even close to as loud as the STL-10. Sad fate for that guy. That's my opinion of ATIs. That is weird. All right, now I can finally bust out the screws. I haven't even touched the screws yet. And if Gaming with Johnny was here, he'd say, electric screwdriver. If he is here, I don't think he's here. He would have said hi, but he wants to get one of these because they're pretty nifty, if you ask me. Yes. All right. Let's see what screw I have too much of. M2x12s. Yeah, I have way too many of these. I'm trying to save other sizes that I use more frequently. I keep using M2x6s. Okay, this is not the right bit. All right. We are an hour in, and honestly, I just have to glue the housing pieces on and assemble the core, and, like, we'll be done. Electric screwdriver, keyword for drill. I have a drill, it's just, it would probably shred these screws if I used it on them. Okay, this screw sucks. I mean, like, this, every time I use a flathead, or sorry, a Phillips head on a Phillips head screwdriver, it, like, strips, but if I do a there it is. If I do a flathead, it has more torque. So, yeah, it sounds ridiculous, but I'm actually going to be using it for this. There's one. Oh, did I grab more than one? Darn, this one isn't magnetic anymore. Why could I use it so much? I keep having to charge this. Dude, RBP, that's awesome. And you said you didn't live near any Sirens. You should go check it out. I went to a military museum near me, and they had a bunch of old civil defense stuff. Unfortunately, no Sirens, but they had the old civil defense meter, like radiation meters, and it was pretty cool. They had that one of those posters. I was like, "Are you prepared for atomic blasts?" Wow, this is so strange. I don't know why it's doing this. It's just not magnetic anymore. How strange. I think it's because I use it so much. I'm serious. Anyway. Ha! Car guy, that's crazy. Drones. I have a drone. It's broken. I can fix it super easily, though. I need to go record a siren one of these days. I know of some Sirens near me. Some actually good Sirens that aren't Whelans. No offense to those Whelan lovers out there, but I live near way too many of them. Okay. Anyway. Anyway, I might be able to film a Model 2 doing a noon blast. I have a city near me that does that. It's pretty cool. I thought the Model 2s were inactive until I heard them go off. but they are right next to Banshees that are inactive. So yeah, I wish I could get the Banshee, or one of the Banshees anyway. Ooh, that didn't sound good because it wasn't. But okay. All right. Now we have. I've upgraded since upgraded from 2 to 4 screws. So yeah. Yes, I have contacted them, and honestly, they haven't done anything. Oh, that's so satisfying. Perfect alignment. All right. Yeah, I've really tried. I've also, I won't spoil the location, but there is a Model M near me that's downed, and I really, really want to get it because that is absolutely a siren I could run off the house power. So yeah, and it's like small enough, probably fit in my truck. So yeah. Ooh. All right, let's push that in. I put some glue on the shaft because man, this thing loves to move around. There you go. All right, everything's glued. Well, I mean, not everything, but I don't glue my sirens together as much as some other people do. Actually, here I am saying that. I'm going to be fitting these together. No, I am never making a 1-to-1 scale siren. Also, that life-size siren thing was not actually a real siren at all. It was my custom siren. That project went horribly wrong. It was not the first video on my channel, by the way. That was actually the 2T22 video, the original 3rd scale 3T22, or at least it was supposed to be 3rd scale. Yeah, that's when I was like, yes, Limestone, Oklahoma has 16 V1 TVs. I literally drive through Limestone and pass both of them. So yeah, they're so cool. I'd love to hear them go off for a tornado warning, but I'm not that close to them. I can't hear them. But they're at the Limestone fire departments. They have 2 substations, and yeah, they have 16 Vs. It's really cool. Wish I could hear them go off, but again, I haven't really been close enough to them to hear them. All right, let's use this screw. All right, I think the A-frame goes this way. And we're almost done. We'll be done here in probably like a half hour. That is if I can find Xylon. I love that comment. It's so true. That's what I said. Well, I said this to NASCAR Sim Racing. He was making like a half-scale siren or something. And I was like, are they even mini sirens at this point? And he's like, no. They're not. And then I think somebody's made a 1-to-1 scale model too. And like, oh my gosh. That's just crazy. It's crazy, okay? I didn't even think that was possible. And then somebody's making my 2001 half scale, which I'm actually really hyped for. I usually strongly discourage people from upscaling my mini sirens. But when they do it right, oh my gosh. Like Christian Carter has upscaled my 10V. That thing's freaking awesome. He's upscaled, I think he's currently upscaling my STL10. And he's going to put it outside. It's just so freaking cool. I love it when people do it the right way. But when people try to upscale my sirens and they don't work, well, that's because they weren't designed to be any bigger. 10V in Fort Meade has a control box completely unlocked. Turn it up. No, I'm just kidding. Has anybody seen that 3T22 or oh my gosh. It's a 3T22 or a 2T22, one of those two. And the RC6 is just completely exposed. One-to-one scale 2001. I'd like to see that be true, but I don't know. The closest I've seen so far is a half scale 2001, which just so happens to be my model that somebody's modified heavily. I'm serious. Something like a half scale 2001 literally could warn your, like, if you live in a small town, that could literally warn the entire like, it's crazy. It's probably not that much louder than like a Model 2 or something. You know, it would be approximately half the sound output as a 2001, which is 130 decibels. So it'd be like maybe like 60 decibels at 100 feet, which is pretty good. I mean, pretty good for a mini siren. Yes, your entire community of neighborhoods would be warned. Will I mod Podge? I'm not sure I understand what you mean, but half scale STH10, good luck with that. You're going to need a huge motor. You're going to need like 6 rolls of filament, and you're going to need either a huge printer, or you're going to have to get really creative with splitting up the model. And that's why my STH10, well, because I'm selling it, is 8th scale, so it's absolutely tiny. And it's just such a cool scale. Then you get to a point there where, like, you know, they get actually small enough that, like, I can't really make a mini siren out of them. Like, that's why all of my Sentry sirens, except for the 14V and 40V2T, are 6th scale. That's because they have 14-inch rotors, which are significantly smaller than 20-inch rotors or 18-inch rotors. So yeah, like an 8th scale 10V would be absolutely tiny. So yeah, that's why mine is 6th scale. I had to blow up the scale a little bit. Same with the 3T22 and 2T22. They're 6th scale because they have 15-inch rotors. So yeah, had to make them bigger. Right, this is awesome. This feels like a real... Look at that. That looks really authentic. And the veins are maybe a little thin, but yeah. I modeled this rotor like an eternity ago, and I just pretty much haven't changed it since then, other than like maybe rounding the ports. But yeah, it's cool to see something this old still like work, and here I am selling it. All right, the A-frame is on. Oh, one screw. We are getting very close. Yeah, putting the eye bolt on top of this is going to be fun. Oh, okay, I lost my screw. You know what? That'll turn up. Where'd it go? It's gone. Okay. I already had a screw here. I tried making an 8th scale 16V1TV. It did not work. Yeah, that would be pretty small because it's only got 14-inch rotors. No idea, ACA. That's a great question. I heard he started a new channel. We cannot lose a legend like NASCAR Sim Racing. Oh boy. All right. Check it. That is a C3 Model 5. Medium sirens, not mini sirens. Medium sirens. Yeah. This, my friend, is a true mini siren. Portable. Pretty much anywhere. Just, like, don't walk into a restaurant and scare everybody by sounding off a Model 5. Yes, the ports closing is very satisfying. And this spins really smooth. I mean, especially for its scale. Yeah, I'm glad I put a weight on this thing, or else it would sound not very good. There is a micro Thunderbolt. Yes, Harold Hi-Hat made a micro Thunderbolt. It's kind of like my micro 3T22. I don't know what scale his is at. If it was 6th scale, dude, he should totally print my 3T22 so he could rival it. Harold actually printed my Cyclone because he thought it was such a cool, like, smaller scale model. My GoPro's at 5%. We'll see if we can finish the stream before then. Yeah. Anyway, hopefully it doesn't instantly switch to my camera here and you guys get to see half of my room. It's very messy. So, all right. Now, remember that problem I said I can't find the mesh? Well, I'm gonna find that now. I think I threw it in my bin of random unorganized clutter. GoPro is at 4%. Yeah, it ain't gonna last much longer. I mean, not the screen, but the GoPro. I don't know if I'll have a camera after that. Actually, I might just pop in the other battery. I have another battery for it, but I don't know if it's charged. All right, I'm just digging through. You can see what I'm doing right now, and there it is. Mesh. I got it. Oh, been looking for that. Okay. Machine screws. Why is it open? By the way, guys, let's take a moment to remember this. This is my third siren ever. Okay? It's supposed to be an SD10. I got inspired by the one that was actually down my road, and I built this when I first got my 3D printer. Obviously not my best work, but hey, it worked. I mean, it used some guy's SD10 chopper on printables, and I modeled the rest of it, clearly. Yeah, it is shroud, or it doesn't have a deflection band. Yeah. There are several inaccuracies in this model, but I still think it's cute. And I ripped out the motor because I needed the brushes to fix a 390 motor because this is the 380 motor. And there's a reason why I don't use 380 motors on Sirens anymore, is because they have cruddy line downs, even with weights. So anyway, in the ammo box. Right. And now I'm just digging through what I have there. More screws. This thing's very heavy. Okay. Check it. It's window mesh. This is just, I literally went to Lowe's and got window mesh, and that's what I used to make this. When I was making my personal Model 5, or my Model 5T rather, I forgot to put on the screens before, assembling it, like gluing all the housing pieces together. So yeah, it was a major pain to put them on. But fortunately, I am here in the spot. I'm like, yeah, I have the option to like put it on now and not later. So yeah. Yeah, 21 people watching. Thank you guys so much. This is very silly. Very silly. So, like, I'm doing all these silly things and all these great people are here. So thank you guys so much. Yeah. All right. So pretty good. A little rough on the top. Right. I should start using chopper motor shafts. I don't know what that really means. I mean, that's a chopper motor, and that's a chopper motor shaft. I don't know. If you're talking about shaft couplers, I was considering those, but I did a poll and I was like, should I use shaft couplers on my mini Sirens? And everybody was like, no, because I mean, for simplicity reasons, press fit rotors aren't really a problem. And but just adding on actual, let me measure this. Adding on shaft couplers just increases the price of my Sirens, like production cost. With me selling them and all, it's kind of a problem. And then like tapping them into the rotors is kind of a pain. So yeah, I don't think I'll be doing that. There we go. I just had to measure. I am at 3%. So if you guys can start rooting that my GoPro won't die, that'd be great. Sure, RBP, do whatever. Okay, I'm definitely not cutting this the right way. Oh, go. Okay. Yeah, GoPro is at chilling at 3%. So I don't know what's gonna happen when it dies. All right. So right now I'm just cutting window mesh. You can't really see it, but there you go. Now you can see it. Yeah, I'm just cutting window mesh. It's very satisfying to cut it in a perfectly straight line. All right, almost done. Maybe I'll be done before my GoPro dies. Where did that? Oh, that is the third time that's fallen. All right. This isn't. Oh wait, I don't need that on right now. I actually super glue all these parts on because hot glue. Well, it's not like it's never coming off. So I make a style. If you really did have to take apart the motor cover or the motor, you can because it's hot glue. It'll just come off. But super glue, nah. Oh, and where do I get this mesh from? I literally just went to Lowe's and bought window mesh. That's all this is. It's plastic or it's like Teflon or something. It's some material like that. It's not metal. Edon uses metal mesh on his Model 5s, but yeah, I don't know. I could upgrade to metal, but I just never have, and I don't think people really care. So, all right. Hello, Siren Bench. Sorry I didn't see your comments sooner. Good to see you here. Yes, my GoPro is about to die, and it's at 3%. I'm worried about it breaking, I'm worried about it. I'm worried about it dying, and then after that, I don't know what's going to happen to the stream, so I might unplug it actually before it dies, because having it die is probably not good for it. All right. I think that's getting to be long enough. It is currently plugged in right now. It is using up power quicker than it can recharge. It's very, very sad. So RPB, is that a mini STH10 or like a real one? And yes, my GoPro is plugged in. It's dying faster than it's charging. Oh, all right. I want to find any port ratio for my 3-inch mini bench grinder. Any recommendations? I don't feel like modeling. Just 10-12. 10-12. Go with 10-12. Or do a weird port ratio like 7-12 or something. But you can't go wrong with 10-12. just my recommendation. You can do 9-12. You can do, I don't know, 8-10. Whatever you want. Might I recommend, if you want it to sound scary, do 7-10. 7-10's awesome. One of my favorite port ratios, actually. 9-14. Yeah, do 9-14. I want to know what that sounds like. It's just going to sound like a 7-9 port siren, but like the 7-port side is an entire octave above its normal. All right, let me see if I have enough now. All right. Flash flood. Man, it must not be a good day in Atlanta. I hope it stops raining by the time people light fireworks. Yes, we have enough mesh, and we are going to cut it right there. Oh, yes. Oh, boy. I cut that so messy. All right, now get out of here. Right. Check it out, guys. Piece of mesh. And my GoPro is at 2%. Once it gets to 1%, I'm gonna unplug it, move my computer, and just see if I can revive it here. I think my stream's just gonna go down for a minute. But yeah, maybe I can build this before. No, just kidding. I don't think that's gonna happen. But I literally just have to make the housing and screw in like 7 screws, I think, total. Yeah, we're like so close. All right. Okay. It got glued to me. Oh, got glued to me. All right. All right. Yeah, bench grinder. I don't know. Depends on what bench grinder you have. It really depends on that factor. All right. Hey, it's glued. I mean, like, ooh, and my finger's glued. And I'm gonna glue it in some other areas. Make sure it's not going anywhere. This is so satisfying right now. Just adding 2 little doots of glue. All right, now check it out, guys. We have a mesh. I mean, I maybe added a little bit of too much overhang, but hey. Here, let's see what that's gonna look like. Oh, here's my skirt. And yes, this thing is about to die. We're at 1%. Man. Oh, this looks awesome. I mean, it has maybe a tad bit too much screen, but yeah. Yeah, it's not a Model 7. It's actually a Model 5, but close enough. Did I put too much mesh on that? Like, too much overlap? I don't know. I can't really take it off now. All right, so it's time to unplug my GoPro. It's just gonna die, and it's very sad. I'll see if my other GoPro battery can fix it, but we might be down for a few minutes until I figure out a new camera situation. So I'm really sorry, guys. But yeah, Model 5's pretty much done. I got to do the housing. This won't be the end of the stream. I'll see if I can fix it. If this is the end of the stream, I will start a new one. So yeah. Here we go. And unplug it. Bring the camera. Are we back? Yeah. That's not very good camera quality. Yay, we're back. Okay. I apologize. My GoPro died. I honestly didn't check if it was charged or not, but we can still continue here. So, sorry that... yeah, this camera sucks. I mean, it is awful, but it is what it is. Blame HP. I have an HP computer. Oh, the camera is not good. Anyway. Yes, very old camera. All right. It is what it is, unfortunately, guys. But yeah. I'll just keep building the Model 5 like I was here. Guys. Oh yeah, audio. What's wrong with audio? What's wrong with the audio? Did we lose audio? Yeah. Yeah, the audio sounds weird. Oh, okay, well, I wouldn't be surprised. All right, audio's fine. All right, good. Yes, the quality decreased. We know. Sounds awful. Anyway, we are still here. The video quality downgraded. My audio quality probably downgraded. No, it did downgrade. Yeah. Hey, it is what it is. Anyway, I will glue this. Let me see. Strange. Oh yeah, it's gonna go this way. Shoot, why'd I do that? Oh, okay. Now, I will cut the rest of my mesh, stick it all on here, and pretty much we'll be done. All right, so can you guys hear me or not? Because, well, that's kind of strange. Okay. I mean, it says it's working right now. I know it doesn't sound great at all. But hey, again, people, it is what it is. There's not much you can do about that. I'm sorry my GoPro died. Next time I'll make sure it's charged. What the heck is that? There's just little bits of crap in this net. This is my built-in camera on my computer, and if you guys saw my first stream, well, that's the camera I used. And I was like, potato quality. Yeah, before I was using my beautiful GoPro. Yeah, it is what it is, but at least you can still see me and hear me, so. I can't do much about it. I'm going to, whoop. Here we go. I'm going to cut off the slack on here. Again, this camera's not good, so you probably can't even tell what I'm doing, but I'm basically just cutting this to be more smooth, I guess. Oh, crap. Did I cut that at an angle? A little bit. Okay, that's gone. All right. There goes my glue gun again. All right. Not to fear. We're almost done. Yeah, I should not have let that super glue sit. That's going to be like, it's going to make the housing hard to fit together. There we go. All right. Oh, I feel something burning me. It's my glue gun. You want me to cut a little bit more? But yeah, we are almost done here. We're getting very close. All right. Ooh, stick, will you? Why won't this stick? It just will not stick. I'm having the greatest time with this mesh right now. No. There, I just need it to hold right there. All right, there. There we go. It's holding. All right. All right. Da-da-da. I assure you that this will look like your typical Model 5 when I am done. But right now, it just looks kind of all over the place. Like my camera. We can all laugh at how horrible my camera looks right now, okay? I don't care. It's true. It looks like a folded cloud. Yeah, but again, this is just plastic window mesh. You get it at Lowe's and stuff. Interesting. All right. I need about 2 times that amount. So let's keep cutting. All right. I'm almost done, don't worry. All right. We're getting close. Maybe just like 2 more inches or something. Yeah. All right. Now, I know I'm not talking much right now, but hey, this is, we're almost done. Dang, just a little bit more. Oh, man. All right. Okay. That should probably do it. So yeah, almost done here. This is the last piece of window mesh, I think. I think part of the reason why this, oh my gosh. I think part of the reason why this mesh was like so beat up is because I didn't do a very good job cutting it the first time I got it. All right, now, and lo and behold, I just gotta glue that on. All right, now the clouds out here. I got my head out of the clouds, and that was a good joke. Come on. Anyway. Oh, looks like there's a little bit of something. There you go. So yeah, you probably can't see much, if anything. Like, can't see anything what I'm doing here. You can't see much of what I'm doing here, I'm sure. But, yeah, sorry about that. My camera is just, it has been severely downgraded, okay? I am currently under severe thunderstorm watch. What the heck, man? I hope that won't interfere with the 4th of July. By the way, I am, well, weather permitting, I should be doing a 4th of July sound off video. Really hyped for that one. I'll be sounding the miniature Cambria 3T22, probably in all signals if I have enough time. But yeah, should have some awesome fireworks going off in the background of it. It'll be really cool. It'll also help advertise my 3T22 because I hope that model gets more popular. Ooh. Yeah, nice. I am not reading the comment. I haven't been reading the comments. Sorry. But yeah, if anybody has any questions, let me know. I'll try to answer them. Almost done with the Model 5 right here. Oh, car guy, that's so funny. I had a USB siren and I accidentally plugged it into a USB fast charging and it blew the chopper. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I think I think the fast charging USBs are like, they're more than 5 volts, so it blew your siren. I think they're like, are they like 15 volts or something? It's a lot more than regular USB. Yeah, I've not done that on my siren. I have USB powered sirens. Let's hope nobody does that to mine. That would be pretty sad. Well, there we go. We got a mesh on there. It's pretty good. Just blowing some air on it. Then I need my M3 screws. Are these the stainless steel? No, I don't need stainless steel. Oh yeah, these will do. What the? These are tiny. Here, I need the M3x6. This is an M3x6. Hang on, let's see if it's long enough. Yeah, we're just about done here, folks. I think the watch count went up and dropped a little bit when we had camera issues, so sorry about that, people. But next time I will make sure that my GoPro is fully charged. It has to be at like 100%, or else it can't last an entire stream without dying. Which is weird because I do plug it in when I do my streams. You know, that's the only way to connect it to the computer. So I'm not entirely sure why it died. All right, so we have our screw. Oh, I think that'll be long enough. All right, let's line that up. Is this a long enough screw? Yes, it is. All right, so what are we talking about here? I can't really see the screen as well because, well, it's at an angle thanks to my silly computer's design. But yeah, it's annoying. Yeah, and I'm sorry about the quality decrease, but it's the camera I have right now. I might, I might see if I have another GoPro battery, but I think it's too late, honestly. And then the next stream, hey, it'll be a lot better. I can pretty much guarantee you that. Okay. That was an interesting remark, car guy. All right, now we're just screwing in the bottom so the motor's on. You know, I don't really know why. I don't really know why the bottom of this uses M3 screws, whereas everything else uses M2 screws. You know, not really sure. It's probably because I built the siren like an eternity ago, and I heavily based it off the Model 2 because, well, it's kind of a similar siren, especially since they're at different scales. But yeah, I think it's because the base actually on the Model 5 was the exact same base on the Model 2 with just different spacing. So yeah, a little bit of a fun fact on that guy. But yeah, not really a fun fact. Honestly, more of a dumb, why did I design it that way fact. All right. So yeah, we have our Model 5 core right there. By the way, welcome Kansas City Sirens. Good to see you here. And thank you for telling me that the quality isn't that bad. Oh, it's so satisfying to see that spin down. All right, so we have this housing part. We have the skirt. Oh, yes, it still fits on. Good. And then, honestly, I think I added too much mesh on this part. There's too much overlap, but I'm just going to work with what I got. Look at that. Model 5. Yeah. I'm liking how this is coming together. It's time to glue everything now. Oh, where's this? And I just use regular crazy glue, you know? Yes, Siren Bench, that. I gotta film mine too, but I'm gonna do that when I actually do fireworks. I'll make the video extra special. What's better than mini patriotic Cambria? Like with fireworks going off? Yeah, it'll be a pretty sweet video if I can, do it and stuff. Now, this is just something fun I always like to do. But like with the Model 5, I always like to offset the like struts that are holding it on. They're off by that much. See how they're in between right there in the middle? Not like stacked on top of each other. Because I don't know why. It seems to me like most Model 5s are like this. You see how these are offset with each other, not on top of each other. But it totally doesn't matter, honestly. All right. All right, so oh boy. Sorry, my glue kind of dripped in places it shouldn't. All right. All right. Now check it out. That's awesome, Chevy. Half scale was huge, man. Here I am with an 8th scale Model 5. All right. So yeah, there we go. Check it out. It would look better in GoPro quality, but you know why that won't work out. Let's see. Use M2x6s, I guess. I'm not really sure which one to use on the hat. Yeah, let me add a little bit of sanding on this because there's a little bit of a rough spot here. There you go. That looks a lot better. There was a little bit of a rough spot from where the seam was. So, yeah. This is going to look really good when it's done. We'll be done in any minute here. This, with any luck, this should be a 2-hour stream. All right. This screw is way too big. There we go. There it is. I'm not using my electric screwdriver because, well, I don't know. Actually, I can use shorter screws on this. There's no sense in wasting all my 3DS camera. Oh my gosh, I have a 3DS and I can concur that it is not, it's pretty comparable to this. Yes, ASA is extremely durable outside. It just sucks to print with. Like, I actually tried to print an enclosure for a Siren that was going to be outside in ASA, and I could not finish the project because it was so hard to print in ASA. Honestly, if it's not going to be in direct sunlight, just do PETG. Just do PLA or something. Hello, New England Sirens. Good to see you here. And I'm sorry about my potato quality camera right now. My GoPro died, and, well, yeah, we were down for a few minutes. Let's just say that. And now I'm on my backup camera, and it's not very good. But in the next stream, hopefully we shouldn't have any interruptions. So yeah, we are pretty much done here with the Model 5. I just got to, basically screw in the eye bolt and it's done. And verify that the pitch will be good. It'd suck if it changed or something. But yeah, look at that. It's a Model 5. Actually, I have my 5T. Let me get it. Oh, gosh. The 5T. Oh, yeah. I turned Jamaican. No shit. So, this is the 5T. This is the I guess I could call it the 5 for short, but that's kind of weird. This is the 12-port Model 5, and this is the 912 Model 5T. Where did my super glue go? Oh, dear. I almost super glued my tool to the workbench. Yeah, I'm not going to do that again. So yeah, we are done with gluing. We are done with, yes, I should buy a shelf. I have them on top of my workbench, and there's just not enough room for them all. But yeah, I'm thinking the Model 5T could harmonize with the Model 5 here because, well, 12 port and 912 port. So yeah, single phase ones are even better. Yeah, I would have to agree with you. This came out awesome, and actually, it looks like I didn't add too much more overlap on that second one. I'm talking about right here, this screen there. That's a little bit of overlap. And then if somebody orders this with the Federal Signal Corporation decal, it'll go right here. And of course, I redid my decals, but it would look something like this, in much, much higher quality. Oh, my USB cable's tied up. Let's plug it into my computer. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, and then here's a look at the core before I seal it up. Well, put it inside of there with the eye bolt on. But yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful 12-port core based off of an 18-inch rotor. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. I will put the shroud on top. Okay. There. Nice. And then I pretty much just need to do the eye bolt. Let me get an eye bolt. Which I have right here. And honestly, they're a little big, but it's just what Amazon had. And like, this is the only eye bolt I could find that had an M2 thread. Well, it's actually slightly bigger than M2, but it's close enough. Is that screwing into it? Yes, it is. Thank goodness. Almost done. You want me to model that for you or something, Ollie? I mean, I could, but I have to know dimensions and stuff. And I don't usually model stuff for other people. All right. Ooh, that's why I have this. What is this? Well, this is a pair of pliers with electrical tape wrapped around the teeth. And it just allows me to tighten eye bolts and stuff without scratching up the metal. So yeah, pretty nifty. It's also great for pulling rotors when they're like really stuck. Why is this creaking? I'm not really sure why. But yeah, and this is the same eye bolt that like all my other Sirens use except for the Banshee. So pretty convenient if you ask me. So yeah, we are almost done. Let me get this camera a little bit. All right. Check it out. 12-port Model 5. Oh yeah. Let's plug it in and hear it. And honestly, I'll probably blast it off with the 5T just before the video ends. Here we go. All right. It seems to like this USB adapter. If this is overpitched, I'm going to be a little bit upset. Heck yeah. Oh, yeah. Ow. Look at that. 120. Wow. Oh my gosh. That thing is freaking loud. I think that had a peak of 120 decibels. I've not seen that since my Super Cyrix and 3T22. And those are my biggest Sirens. So, wow. Let's sound off the 5T with it. I know why this is so much louder. It's single tone. Okay, it can pull in a lot more air because it's single tone. But anyway, nevertheless, we still have the dual tone Model 5, and well, listen to that. It's got a good wind down. But yeah. How about I do both of them together? This one has a sluggish motor, but well, let's go. Went wrong. nice. That's awesome. All right. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. It's done. Yeah, we have a model. I mean, yeah, I won't put it on stock immediately, because I need to print other models to go with it before I add more stock. Yeah, it maximizes the mic on here quite easily. The bit rate went down. Yeah, my camera can't withstand the awesome power of the Model 5. Yeah, no, I'm very happy with this Siren. I mean, it was a bit of a headache to get through those screens, but well worth it in the end. This sucker is really loud. It will be available for purchase on the 3dengineer.net. Really happy with this thing. You can pick it up by its eye bolt. Same with the 5T. The 5T, because this is a prototypical model, it has, lower quality. Like, I don't know if you can see that, but there are less sides on these cone pieces. Like, this only has 64 sides, and you can see it. Like, it's really funny. The URL for my shop is the 3dengineer.net, by the way, car guy. But yeah, we have upgraded this a lot since then. New decals, new... this part has been redone, so it doesn't click into place. It just fits in. And eye bolt, of course, new eye bolt. Yeah, other than that, the model stayed pretty much the same. And of course, the poly count was increased significantly. But yeah, that is here. 12 port Model 5 along with the 912. They didn't harmonize perfectly, but that's probably because the 5T needs to be run on a different adapter, which I do have. But yeah. We'll do one quick blast of the Model 5 here. Yeah, just before we sign off. Thank you guys so much. Nice. Yeah, that. Do a mini Siren Con. That's a great idea. I should do that sometime, huh? Yeah, that would be fun. Well, I don't know if Siren Con is trademarked or copyrighted, so maybe I can't steal their name. Yeah, that was fun. That was awesome. Okay, so this stream is overdue of 2 hours, and that's honestly because my GoPro had a conniption, but hey, in the next stream, I'll just simply charge my GoPro. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. It was fun having each and every one of you guys here. I should do another stream probably in the next week or so, hopefully less. Within this week, let's say that. Maybe I'll be doing a 3v8 next. I have parts printed for that. And an STL10 as well. So yeah, these Sirens will be on stock on my online website, the 3dengineer.net. So yes, very, very excited. Both of these came out awesome. This is, of course, my personal model, but this one will be sold to a fellow customer. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next stream. Have a great Independence Day.